Welcome back. You're watching NewsX. I'm Rishabh Gulati, and if you have the buzz of excitement in you about a vaccine, maybe some confusion, maybe some trepidation even, we are doing a public service telecast. Because now we know for a fact, this is now official, 2 vaccines, not one, have been mandated for emergency authorization in this country. We are days away from the first vaccine shots that will be delivered to Indians. The target is to get 25 million people at least vaccinated by the end of January. It is a doable target. This will apply to many of you watching out there. If you happen to be a frontline worker, if you happen to be in the category of 50 plus, well, then you need to register. It's not so complicated, but it requires some and merits some thought, and I can well imagine that there'll be many questions out there as we conduct the biggest vaccination exercise in the shortest period of time in our history. So we are dedicating time and space. There's a number flashing at the bottom of your screens, 011 613 62113. I repeat, 011 613 62113. You can also call us at 62114. We'll be taking your questions if you have any, and trying to answer them best as we can. Our reporters from all across the country are joining us, giving us information on what is taking place city by city. The dry runs are happening. It's now a matter of changing the placebo, which is a saline water solution that is being given, to the actual, either the Bharat Biotech or of course Covishield, which is the Oxford vaccine. Let me open this up on the broadcast. Shalini Bhardwaj, our deputy editor who works and produces Medically Speaking for the ITV network, which is to which NewsX belongs, is joining us. Urvashi Khona is now joining us from Mumbai. Lokeshwar is joining us from Hyderabad. Abhijit Bhatt is in Ahmedabad. Khurram Nizami joining us from Lucknow. Ajay Jandial joining us from Jammu. Aishwarya Jain joining us from Delhi. And a whole host of doctors also joining us on the telecast to help and answer your questions. Let me start by roping in Urvashi Khona. Urvashi, what is happening in Mumbai? How are the dry runs going? Do we have any indication of when the vaccines will be available and where they'll be available and how it will be done in Mumbai?
About Mumbai, certainly the whole plan is completely, ready with respect to who will be given first. There are almost 1,20,000 health frontline workers whose database has already been uploaded on one particular website, and via which those workers will be getting getting the vaccine once the whole vaccination starts. Talking about the state of Maharashtra, this is about Mumbai. Talking about state of Maharashtra, yesterday we had seen first time ever in the state and 4 districts. There was this particular whole vaccination drive that happened in the whole state. Vaccination drive that happened, among which 4 districts were there: Nandurbar, Jalna, Pune, from where we reported, and obviously the 4th one was Nagpur. In every district, the 3 districts that were selected, the dry run went well. Almost one can say some 300 people or so were vaccinated, rather in the dry run, the mock drill at that I'm talking about. So every person was hardly taking some 3 minutes. I'm excluding the observatory time. And this particular 3 minutes that was there, that was considered, and it was seen that there is no loophole, or if there is any kind of a problem in the execution or the transportation of vaccine.
Okay, I know I don't want to use the word clandestine, but it's a slightly a secret operation right now in the transportation of the vaccines, Urvashi. But give us some khabar, give us some news. Have the first batches of vaccine, have they started reaching Mumbai? Is there a store being developed in Mumbai to start storing the vaccines?
Yes,
luckily,
yes.
What's happening?
Storage is already there. The storage rooms or the plots have already been selected by the BMC. As I'm saying that also the training work has completely started, where the first to second chain of people who will be, who will be vaccinators, playing the role of vaccinators, they have been trained completely by the BMC, and this will be further going with the chain. So they will in return make others learn how to vaccinate people, etc.
Okay.
Talking about Serum Institute of India, we all know that this particular whole vaccine that is there with efficacy in two different regimens that was seen with 65% in first two complete dosages and in almost some 90% where the first half dose was given and then full dose. So
Yeah.
accordingly, Serum Institute of India's Covishield is almost all, in 40 to 50 millions of doses are being made up.
Yeah, so Covaxin has
And
about
so
10
with
million
the
doses
target-
ready. So that's a full
target,
dose.
yes.
That's a full dose. So you take the full dose. The Covishield guys, with Serum guys, are recommending half dose and then full dose. We don't know what finally the various authorities will agree on, whether they want to go with a full dose regimen or for the half dose full dose regimen, which in the studies so far have indicated even better efficacy, up from 70% to 95%. Covaxin is reporting a 76% efficacy. This is all good enough. Above 60% is all good enough. So we have about 60 million doses between the two ready to go. And you can technically give all 60 million to 60 million people because the production in the next 1 month will produce another 60 million vaccines. So you can do 60 million in 1 month if you choose to do. I've been told the target is 25 million initially, but it could be much higher depending on how effective we are being. In the US, it's going a bit slow, but they've also managed to vaccinate already 3 million people. That's only 1% of the population, but it's happening. It started. Urvashi Khona, going to be a bit exciting, but do keep social distancing and keep your mask on, and we'll keep tracking updates out of Mumbai for you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us for now. Let me hop across to Lucknow, where Khurram is joining us on the broadcast. Khurram ji, क्या तैयारी हो रही है लखनऊ में? वैक्सीन सेंटर बन गया है कोल्ड स्टोरेज के लिए, वैक्सीन आना शुरू हो गई है, क्या खबर मिल रही है वहाँ से?
देखिए, हम यहाँ लखनऊ की हम बात करें तो यहाँ पूरी तैयारी हो चुकी है। ड्राई रन सैटरडे को हुआ था और अगला ड्राई रन फ्राइडे को माफ करिएगा ट्यूसडे को होना है 5 तारीख को, जब पूरे स्टेट में ड्राई रन होगा और हर ज़िले में ड्राई रन चलेगा। 3 अर्बन एरियाज़ में और 3 रूरल एरियाज़ में चलेगा। ज़्यादा वैक्सीन की बात है तो कोल्ड चेन बनाई जा चुकी है। तकरीबन हर ज़िले में कोल्ड चेन तैयार है। वैक्सीन का इंतज़ार किया जा रहा है कि वैक्सीन पहुँच के वहाँ वैक्सीनेशन का इंतजार किया जा रहा है कौन सी डेट होगी। हालांकि मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ ने ये इंडिकेशन दिया है कि मकर संक्रांति के आसपास, यानी कि मिड ऑफ द जनवरी के आसपास वैक्सीनेशन शुरू हो सकता है उत्तर प्रदेश में। तो जाहिर सी बात है तैयारी अंतिम चरण में है, लास्ट फेज में है। और अब देखना ये होगा कि जिस तरीके से ट्रेनिंग दिया जा रहा है, जिस तरीके से कोविन पोर्टल में रजिस्ट्रेशन लगातार चल रहे हैं, सीएमओज को इंटरेस्ट किया गया है कि उनकी जिम्मेदारी है कि लोगों को वहां पर रजिस्टर कराएं जो हेल्थ वर्कर्स हैं। तो वहीं जो एडीजी लॉ एंड ऑर्डर है प्रशांत कुमार, उन्होंने भी कह दिया है कि पुलिस भी पूरे तैयार है किस तरीके से वैक्सीन को ले जाना है। जो सीसीटीवी कैमराज हैं जो उनकी जिम्मेदारी होगी वो कैसे निर्वहन करेंगे, उसकी बात उन्होंने बताई है। तो अब सिर्फ इंतजार उस तारीख का है जब वैक्सीनेशन होना है, यानी कि तैयारी पूरी हो चुकी है उत्तर प्रदेश में। अब सिर्फ वैक्सीन का इंतजार है, उस तारीख का इंतजार है जब वैक्सीनेशन शुरू की जा चुकी होगी। कोल्ड चेन तैयार है। जो जिन लोगों को लगाया गया है, जो वर्कर्स जिनको वैक्सीनेशन करना है, उनकी ट्रेनिंग कंप्लीट हो चुकी है। ड्राई रन एक हो चुका है, अगला ड्राई रन ट्यूसडे को होना है और पूरे स्टेट में होना है। तो जाहिर सी बात है जो भी अब कमियां होंगी वो ट्यूसडे को सॉर्ट आउट हो जाएंगी और मालूम चल सकेगा कि और कितनी मेहनत करनी है। लेकिन अब सिर्फ इंतजार है वैक्सीन के आने का और उसके बाद वैक्सीनेशन कौन सा दिन होगा जब वैक्सीनेशन यहाँ पर शुरू होगा।
ओके, दिन की तैयारी है, डेट की तैयारी है, बाकी सब लॉजिस्टिक्स का काम चल रहा है। खुर्रम जी, अभी अगर कोई यूपी में रह रहा हो, कुछ खबर है कि कहाँ से शुरू, लखनऊ से शुरू हो गई, कहीं और शहर से शुरू हो गई, और अगर शहरों से शुरू हो रही है तो वहाँ पर यूपी के लिए प्लान क्या है? कोई ऐप है, कोई रजिस्ट्रेशन प्लान है, कैसे क्या प्लान फॉलो, क्या खबर मिल रही है?
देखिए, कोविन पोर्टल जो है उसमें रजिस्ट्रेशन कराना होगा। अभी तो पहले जो फ्रंटलाइन वर्कर्स हैं उनको वैक्सीनेट किया जाएगा। जो आम जनता वो चौथे फेज में उनका नंबर आएगा। आंगनबाड़ी को किया जाएगा, हेल्थ वर्कर्स उनको किया जाएगा, वैक्सीनेट किया जाएगा। उसके बाद पुलिस ऑफिशियल्स हैं जिनको ड्यूटीज में लगी है उनको वैक्सीनेट किया जाएगा। और जो आम जनता है उसके चौथे चरण में आना है। तो आप उम्मीद करिए कि फरवरी के एंड आते आते वो फोर्थ फेज शुरू हो पाएगा। लेकिन जो कोविन पोर्टल है उसमें रजिस्ट्रेशन कराया जा रहा है। किस तरीके से वैक्सीनेशन होगा उसका भी एक ड्राई रन किया गया था। तरीका ये होगा जिस तरीके से जब चुनाव होता है घर पर वोटिंग स्लिप पहुंचती हैं, पर्चियां पहुंचती है, ठीक उसी तरीके से घर पे पर्चियां पहुंचेंगी। उसमें कहाँ पहुंचना है, सेंटर कौन सा होगा वो उसमें दर्ज होगा, समय किस वक्त आपको वहां पहुंचना है वो उसमें दर्ज होगा, यानी कि भीड़ ना हो सके वहां पर। और तकरीबन 1 घंटे का पूरा प्रोसीजर होगा वैक्सीनेशन का। तो उसी हिसाब से लोगों को समय दिया जाएगा ताकि वहां भीड़ ना हो। और उम्मीद की जा रही कि पर डे 1 यूनिट जो होगी, यानी कि एक यूनिट जो वैक्सीनेट कर रही होगी 100 लोग को वैक्सीनेट कर सकेगी एक दिन के अंदर। और जाहिर सी बात है कि जो 4 यूनिट को तैनात किया जाएगा और अगर ज़रूरत पड़ी तो यूनिट की संख्या बढ़ाई भी जा सकती है, यानी कि जितनी जल्दी हो सके उतनी जल्दी वैक्सीनेशन कंप्लीट करना है। यानी कि आपको मालूम होगा कहाँ पहुँचना है, किस वक्त पहुँचना है, कितना वक्त लगना है, ये आपके घर पे स्लिप पहुँचेगी। ठीक उसी तरीके से जैसे इलेक्शन कमीशन वोटिंग के लिए वोटिंग की तैयारी करता है, ठीक उसी तर्ज पर पूरी तैयारी की गई है कि कौन कब कहाँ पहुँचा है, आम आदमी को उसको मालूम चल सके, समय मालूम चल सके।
खुर्रम जी, कोई कोविन ऐप बन गया है, रजिस्टर खुद करना पड़ रहा है या आधार के हिसाब से स्लिप घर पे पहुंचेगी?
देखिए फिलहाल तो हेल्थ वर्कर्स को किया जा रहा है, उनको रजिस्ट्रेशन किया जा रहा है। सीएमओज को जिम्मेदारी दी गई है कि ज़्यादा हेल्थ वर्कर्स को उनको उसमें रजिस्टर कराए, उनकी जिम्मेदारी दी गई है। जो हमारी बात हुई थी, जो यहाँ के हेल्थ मिनिस्टर हैं जयप्रकाश, उनसे बात हुई थी, उन्होंने कहा कि आम जनता को बताया जाएगा। अभी उनको बताया नहीं जा रहा है कि आम जनता को कैसे वैक्सीनेशन होगा, लेकिन उनको इतला की जाएगी, रजिस्ट्रेशन होगा आधार नंबर पर, आधार के जरिए उनको सेलेक्ट किया जाएगा। और जहाँ पर ज़्यादा लोग हैं यानी कि डेंसिटी के हिसाब से वहाँ लोग को सिलेक्ट किया जाएगा और उनको वैक्सीनेट किया जाएगा। लेकिन साथ में जो बच्चे, जो उम्र का भी यहाँ तकाजा है, जो 12 साल से कम बच्चे हैं उनको वैक्सीनेशन नहीं होगा और उनको वैक्सीनेशन पहले किया जाएगा। जैसे जो कई बीमारियों ग्रसित है, मसलन टीबी वगैरह, उनको पहले वैक्सीनेट किया जाएगा। बुजुर्ग हैं उनको वैक्सीनेट पहले किया जाएगा।
Okay, Khurram Nizami, keep tracking the developments out of Lucknow for us. Thank you for joining us. Let me hop across to Delhi, where my colleague Aishwarya Jain is now joining us on the broadcast at the very site where a new parliament building, of course, is being constructed. Help us understand, Aishwarya, what is going on in Delhi. Do we have a little bit of information? Are we ready? Because Delhi is, of course, seen a lot of cases. Delhi, Mumbai and other metros are the densest zones for these cases. So a lot of the vaccination drives are going to start in these cities. Has the vaccine started arriving? Is the movement begun? What do we know right now?
Well, the guidelines have already been laid by the Ministry of Health Affairs, and also it has been very categorically told by the Delhi government as well that the enrollments which have been already done has been passed on by the centre to the Delhi government. Yes, the vaccines has not yet arrived in the national capital, but in a day or tomorrow, at Palam Airport, there is a cold storage which have been already formed in which there will be vaccines which will be stored. Apart from it, the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and the Health Minister Satyendra Jain has already been said that yes, it will be the health workers and the frontline workers who will be first being given the first dose of the COVID vaccine. But yes, as far as the cost is concerned, then Satyendra Jain has made a statement that the COVID vaccine will be given absolutely free for all the Delhiites, as being given the example of the Aam Aadmi Party Mohalla Clinic as well, that all those medicines which have been provided is free, and this is also a medical thing which will be provided by the Delhi government for free. But they are still have been clearly asking for the number of people and those places where the COVID vaccines will be first put forward.
Okay, so Aishwarya, just to pick your mind here, now we know that we're beginning with healthcare workers. Now that data of how many hospitals and how many healthcare workers and who's going to get it first has already been shared by these hospitals with the nodal agencies, and in this case every state has a health minister, remember. So that part has been done. But as we move away from healthcare workers to start roping in senior citizens and other people with comorbidities, do we have a plan in Delhi that is clearer? How will it be registration based? Will I have to go and register somewhere? Will I automatically be registered on the basis of Aadhaar card? What do we know so far?
Well, as far as the sources of Ministry of Health Affairs is concerned, then there will be an application that will be soon launched for more people who wanted to enroll for the COVID vaccines. Dr. Harshvardhan Singh, Health Minister, has already stated that it has been already in the streamlined process. The contract has been already given. And what information does a normal person have to feed in those applications is something which will be soon be launched in a press release by the Health Affairs Ministry. In Delhi, yes, of course, it will be in a coordination with the Delhi government as well, to which the final list will come out after being registered to this particular application. The message will be circulated to those people who will be finalized to get these COVID vaccines. So yes, it will be held digitally, and all those data which will be there, which will be enrolled in these applications, which will be collected by both Delhi government as well as the centre. As well.
Do we have an indication of when the precise guidelines will be out? Because for example, I mean, if you're watching at home right now and you have let's say a senior citizen at home who also has comorbid conditions, then do I have to get a doctor's certificate to certify the comorbid condition? Does it have to be uploaded? And if this is the process, when do we know when the guidelines will come out?
No certain timeline has been given as far as the Ministry of Health Affairs is concerned, but they have clearly said that this is the digital format that they are going to, enroll. There will be an application process, but no such timeline, no date has been still prescribed. But Harshvardhan Singh has categorically said that it is on the streamline. The contract has already been given for the application, and it will be launched and it will be out very soon. Press release.
Okay, and I have to ask you the obvious question: what is the word you're picking up? I know it's not an official announcement yet, but do we have a timeline? Is it like the 15th? Is it next week? Do we know when the first vaccine is going to be first inoculation is going to be done?
Well, as far as today's briefing of the Ministry of Health Affairs is concerned and the DGCI is concerned, they have not given any certain timeline, but they have said that within 2 to 3 days, these vaccines will be arriving at the Palam airport, where the cold storage has already been formed. There are different vaccines according to which different protocols have need to be considered, and therefore they are on the last stage of pulling out the entire storage thing, so that nothing can be can shortfall of what the requirements as far as these vaccines
are concerned.
Yeah, it's
not difficult. You just need a normal fridge, 2 to 8 degrees. Are mostly they coming from Serum in Pune? Are they coming from Kasauli? Do we know where the vaccines are coming from?
Well, firstly, they will be coming from the Serum Pune Institute, and rest of the vaccines will be coming later in the part of this month.
Okay, and of course the other ones, of course, has manufacturing facilities in other parts of the country, Hyderabad included. Kasauli is where the research is going on. I don't know whether they're manufacturing the vaccines there or not, but the research for them has been going on over there. Okay, Aishwarya, the next very big question. Let me just hold on to that. Mr. Ranganath is joining us from Bengaluru on the phone line. Mr. Ranganath, go ahead, sir.
Sir, I want a doubt. I have undergone radiotherapy and hormone therapy for prostate cancer. Whether I can go for this one, vaccination?
Okay, I'm going to get a doctor during the course of the telecast and stay with us, sir, because I'm going to be here for the next hour and a half to answer that with medical expertise. But so far, the advice is that if you have pre-existent allergic conditions, which means food allergies which cause anaphylactic shock, then you are being advised not to get the vaccine, and that's the global advice. In India, the advice regulation has not come out yet, but in America and the UK and Europe, they are advising people who have pre-existent known allergic conditions not to immediately go for the vaccine. But other people with other kind of comorbidities don't have a problem getting the vaccine. Now, of course, I'm going to get a doctor to help you out in that, and there is no reason why you can't consult your doctor also. But if you have already been going through cancer therapy, sir, you would actually qualify as a priority patient to get the vaccine. So let me quickly rope in Aishwarya back in. Aishwarya, of course, the big question, which I know it's the details are not out yet because the prioritization right now is healthcare workers. But we now know the eight more affected areas. Delhi is one, Maharashtra is another. Do we know how the distribution of the vaccine is going to be done, as in what percentage of vaccine is going to go where?
Well, as far as the health ministry is concerned, they have categorically said that the places which have been affected the most, including, the national capital, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, these are the 4 states that they have specifically mentioned. But apart from it, there are more states, including Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, where we have seen a number of rising cases of COVID-19. First of all, the government wants to ensure that the healthcare workers over there should get the first dose of the COVID vaccine. It will be Delhi and Maharashtra very initially where these vaccines will be provided. This is what the health ministry has categorically said, and they also later on said that it will be held in transparent way. Nothing will be hidden from the public.
Okay, so we will know that out of the 60 million vaccines, how many million have been sent to Delhi, how many million have been sent to Mumbai, how many million have been sent to Hyderabad. So this information will be published. This is what we've been telling you since the very beginning, and the decision on that is going to be made on the basis of case prevalence and density. Okay, obviously the case prevalence and density in some areas has been higher, and of course the density of population in some areas has been higher, and the number of healthcare workers in certain urban areas will be higher. Okay, Sanjay is joining us on the broadcast from Delhi. Sanjay ji, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so what I was saying was I am Brigadier Sanjay Baveja, and my question pertains to what is the provision for...
The provision
Yeah,
of,
hi,
sir?
so this is Brigadier Sanjay Baveja.
Yeah, so we can hear you, Brigadier.
And
Go ahead.
I am wanting to just get a little clarity on what is being done for provisioning of this vaccine for people who are deployed on the front lines. There are a large number of people who have been exposed for the last almost year plus, so even when the country was in a lockdown, these people were deployed.
Okay. Now,
And there have been a lot of casualties.
It's an important question and a practical question. Aishwarya, do we, other than the logics that we are applying, the logics of course are of comorbidities, of age, of healthcare workers, frontline workers. What Brigadier Baveja is asking us, what about for frontline soldiers? Is the MOD getting a separate provision of the vaccines? Do we have any information on this?
Well, nothing has been clarified on that matter, Rishabh, for on a transparent basis by the Health Ministry. But they have said that it will be different ministries also from the MOD. Also, there will be certain information that would be asked. Nothing has been said so far as a clarity on the basis
Aishwarya,
of
can
the
you just ask
process.
Ashish to check with MOD and we can provide that information. So Aishwarya, I'm going to relieve you for a second. Just check with Ashish and ask and come back to us if he has some information, or he can also join us on the phone line and give us that information. We have another caller joining us on the broadcast, Colonel Shiv Rana. Colonel Rana, go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening to you. I just wanted to check whether the ex-servicemen are included in the normal vaccination by the state. Because you see, we have a military hospital and retired officers have a ECS polyclinic, and it's a huge setup. But I don't think anybody has taken into account in the vaccination process.
Okay, so what you are saying is you would like clarity on whether you need to go to the military hospital to get your vaccine, or will you can go to the nearest center depending on when the allocation comes. It's an important, interesting question, which is why we are having this telecast, because not only are we trying to provide answers, the questions you are saying we are noting down so that we can put them to the officials both on camera and off camera, so that they also know what kind of clarity is needed to be given. So we are looking for clarity on what will be the provisioning for frontline soldiers. For ex-servicemen, do they need to go to the nearest cant or base hospital, or do they qualify and to get it depending on the locality of where they're now living? So I'll get that information pulled out for you, sir. Can I quickly rope in, if I can, my colleague Lokeshwar joining us. He is now with us from Hyderabad, and I'm going to try to rope him in very, very quickly. We are also going to be roping in Abhijit Bhatt, who is joining us from Gujarat, Ajay Jandial, who is joining us from Jammu, while I'm waiting for Aishwarya to come back after having spoken to our resources within the MOD to figure out what is happening next. Lokeshwar, if you can hear us, I can't hear you, see you over here. Let's try to rope you in. Okay, I'm being told before we go to Lokeshwar, we have another caller joining us. Mohan is calling us from Hyderabad. Mohan, go ahead.
I have got one doubt. I'm unable to actually download the CoWIN. Is it downloadable right now, or do I have to wait?
Okay. So the beta version, which is the trial version of the app, has been already utilized. So whether it is open to the general public, I'm going to answer that question to you, sir, in just a bit. I'm going to rope in Shalini, my colleague, who's going to help us answer the question. PCR, can we get Shalini into this conversation, please? Shalini ko leke aaiye, please. And let's get our reporters in. So we have 3 questions that we need to answer. Aishwarya is following up on MOD. Let's get Shalini to follow up on when we can start registering with the CoWIN app. And in which area, because the registrations are going to be open only in the areas that you're getting the vaccine. They'll go stage by stage. Right now, I can tell you that registrations are being done not publicly, they're being done through the systemic processes of hospitals for healthcare workers. So every hospital has submitted a list of their healthcare workers that need to get vaccinated in order of their priority, which has been already submitted to the state health departments, and the vaccine distribution is going to begin with them. And I'm going to get in information on what happens with the rest. Let me quickly take the opportunity of roping in some of the reactions we've been getting in. This is a leader from the Congress, Gaurav Valla, speaking to us in just a bit. Let's listen in, then we hop across back to Hyderabad, where we'll be live from.
देखिए, हमारा ये मानना है कि देश के प्रत्येक व्यक्ति को फ्री वैक्सीन मिलना चाहिए, भले ही वो कोई भी प्रांत से बिलोंग करता हो, भले ही वो कोई भी धर्म का हो, भले ही वो कोई भी आइडियोलॉजी का हो। नंबर 1। नंबर 2, प्रत्येक व्यक्ति को, देश के प्रत्येक व्यक्ति को दुनिया में जो उपलब्ध बेस्ट वैक्सीन है वो मिलना चाहिए। नंबर 3, जो हमारी सरकार जो डिसाइड कर रही है, हमारा आग्रह है कि जितने भी तमाम जो साइंटिफिक प्रोटोकॉल्स हैं वैक्सीन के पहले के, उनको पूरा करके उनको देश के प्रत्येक व्यक्ति को लगाना चाहिए। तो मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ, फ्री वैक्सीन, बेस्ट वैक्सीन and a vaccine after completing all the scientific protocols, because कांग्रेस पार्टी को और देश के प्रत्येक व्यक्ति को, देश के वैज्ञानिक कम्युनिटी पे, देश के डॉक्टरों पर, देश के फ्रंटलाइन वॉरियर्स पर पूर्ण भरोसा है। और हमारा ऐसा मानना है कि आज हम जिस स्थिति में हैं, उस स्थिति में होने का प्रमुख कारण हमारे देश के फ्रंटलाइन वॉरियर्स, मेडिकल फैटर्निटी और साइंटिफिक फैटर्निटी है।
यानी गौरव जी, जो कोवैक्सीन को लेकर जो सवाल उठ रहे हैं, उसको आप, उन सवालों को आप दोहरा ही रहे हैं कि प्रोटोकॉल पूरा नहीं किया रहा, जैसे आपके सांसदों ने कहा है।
मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ, सारे प्रोटोकॉल, जितने भी जो इंस्टीट्यूट्स ऑफ साइंस है हमारे, उन सारे प्रोटोकॉल को पूरा करना जरूरी है, क्योंकि माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा था, जान है तो जहान है। तो मुझे लगता है कि सारे प्रोटोकॉल जो हमारे वैज्ञानिक कम्युनिटी डिसाइड करती है, उन सारे प्रोटोकॉल्स को पूरा करके फ्री में और दुनिया में उपलब्ध जो बेस्ट वैक्सीन है वो मुफ्त में भारत के प्रत्येक नागरिक को लगना चाहिए।
एक सवाल और है, सलमान निजामी एक शख्स हैं जो कांग्रेस पार्टी के खुद को नेता बताते हैं, उन्होंने कुछ ट्वीट किया, इस वैक्सीन को फ्रॉड बताया। कांग्रेस पार्टी क्या कहना चाहती है, उससे एसोसिएट करती है?
देखिए, मैं आपको कांग्रेस पार्टी के हेडक्वार्टर्स पे खड़ा होके एज ए राष्ट्रीय प्रवक्ता आपको जवाब दे रहा हूँ। फ्री, इंक्लूसिव, बेस्ट and after completing all protocols, the people of our country should get the vaccination. अब कौन क्या कह रहा है, ये मैं इसके बारे में कोई मेरा वक्तव्य नहीं है। जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ एज ए आधिकारिक कांग्रेस प्रवक्ता, कांग्रेस के हेडक्वार्टर में खड़ा होकर आपको हमारी वैक्सीन के संदर्भ में जो इश्यूज़ हैं वो मैंने आपके सामने रखे। हम चाहते हैं कि सरकार जो ढुलमुल रवैया है, क्योंकि कभी कहते हैं कि पूरे देश को लगेगा, कभी कहते हैं सिर्फ 3 करोड़ लोगों को लगेगा, कभी कहते हैं कि फलाना लगेगा, कभी कहते हैं बिहार के लोगों को ही लगेगा। ये सारे जो कन्फ्यूज़न का स्टेट ऑफ माइंड है, उससे बाहर निकले, क्योंकि राहुल गांधी जी ने बारंबार, भले ही वो अगस्त का महीना हो, भले ही वो नवंबर का महीना हो, सरकार को वैक्सीनेशन के बारे में चेताया था। उन्होंने मांग की थी कि जब दुनिया के सारे देश वैक्सीन ऑलरेडी लगाना चालू कर चुके हैं, हमारे यहाँ तैयारियों का अभाव क्यों? तो मुझे लगता है कि उनके ट्वीट से कुछ ज्ञान लेके सरकार एक इंक्लूसिव वैक्सीनेशन स्ट्रेटेजी बना के इस महामारी को अंत करने का काम करेगी।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे बात करने का। तो ये थे कांग्रेस पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय प्रवक्ता गौरव वल्लभ। कैमरा
Let's quickly, that was not very useful because as a political statement, I want to be as informative as possible. So let me try to take another caller. Ravi is joining us. Ravi ji, go ahead.
We will also suffer the...
Sir, Ravi ji, please talk to me, not to the TV screen, sir, because otherwise there will be an echo. Talk to me on the phone, sir.
Okay, I have been watching your program.
Sir.
Okay, and I saw that for getting the vaccination done, we need to register it online, CoWIN.
Correct.
Okay. Now, the issue is there are people who are 70, 80, 90 years old, may not be using any mobile. How will they register?
Okay, so you are saying that is there going to be a parallel process in case some people are unable to or use the app or don't have access to internet, mobile phones, and these things are going to happen certainly. I've noted down your question, sir, and I will be asking concerned authorities, several whom are joining us on the telecast at 7 o'clock, including state health ministers and others. So we have 2 questions on the CoWIN app. Number 1 is, when will it start taking registrations? And what if you can't get the CoWIN app? What is the other alternative? I can tell you that the other alternative that is being considered is simply to do it on an Aadhaar basis. The Aadhaar card already has details of age. It does not have details of comorbidities, but it has details of age. So that's a simple classification that you simply get allocated a time and date depending upon your age, if you're above 50 or above 60. I'm going to have to take a very short break, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going anywhere. We're coming back in a couple of minutes. from several other cities, including in the south. And then we are getting, I'm waiting on the Chhattisgarh Health Minister and the Deputy Minister from Himachal are joining us on the other side of the broadcast. Stay with us. अभिजीत जी, ये अहमदाबाद गांधीनगर से शुरू कर रहे हैं या किसी और इलाके में, गुजरात में, सूरत में, कहाँ पर शुरुआत कहाँ से हो रही है, कौन से शहर से हो रही है?
अहमदाबाद और गांधीनगर से शुरू होगा, साथ में गुजरात के बड़ौदा, सूरत और राजकोट में भी इसको पहुंचाया जाएगा, ताकि क्योंकि ये जो 4 मेट्रो सिटी है और गांधीनगर कैपिटल सिटी है, तो ये 5 सिटी जो है वहां पर ज़्यादातर केसेस आए थे और 4 मेट्रो सिटी में तो ज़्यादा केसेस आए थे। और अभी थोड़े दिनों से ही कोरोना वायरस के केसेस, पॉजिटिव केसेस कम होना शुरू हुए हैं, लेकिन जिस तरह से कोरोना पॉजिटिव केसेस ये 4 सिटी में देखने को मिले थे, तो यहाँ से शुरुआत होगी ऐसा अभी माना जा रहा है। लेकिन चीफ मिनिस्टर का कहना है कि सभी इलाकों में ये वैक्सीनेशन का काम होगा, लेकिन वो कब होगा वो भी प्लान नहीं किया, लेकिन सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की गाइडलाइन की वेट कर रहे हैं, ऐसा लग रहा है।
तीन चार सवाल आए हैं हमारे पास अभिजीत जी, जो जब अगर आपको मौका मिले, रूपानी जी आपने स्टेट हेल्थ मिनिस्टर से ज़रूर पूछिएगा। एक सवाल है कि अगर एक्स सर्विसमैन जो रह रहे हैं, और आप गुजरात से हैं, तो एक्स सर्विसमैन जो गुजरात में रह रहे हैं उनको मिलिट्री हॉस्पिटल से, आर्मी हॉस्पिटल से, बेस हॉस्पिटल से वैक्सीन मिलेगी आने वाले कल में, या उनको नॉर्मल सिविलियन प्रोसेस से मिलेगी? ये ज़रा सवाल ज़रूर पूछवाइएगा। और रजिस्ट्रेशन, वैक्सीन की रजिस्ट्रेशन कब शुरू हो रही है अभिजीत भट्ट? कोई जो ऐप मिलने हैं, ऑनलाइन रजिस्ट्रेशन है, ऐप के दौरान होगी गुजरात में क्या प्लान बन रहा है?
बिल्कुल, जिस तरह से कोविड का जो वैक्सीन का शुरुआत हो गई, तो आना शुरू हो जाएगा, तो वैक्सीन के लिए रजिस्ट्रेशन की प्रक्रिया भी शुरू हो गई थी और गुजरात गवर्नमेंट ने ऑनलाइन रजिस्ट्रेशन की फैसिलिटी की है और साथ में कोविन ऐप है उसमें भी फैसिलिटी की है। लेकिन जो महापालिका है, म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन है, उन्होंने ऑनलाइन रजिस्ट्रेशन किया था और उसमें 50+ की एज वाले को और जिनको ज़्यादा और कुछ बीमारियां है, डिसीज है, तो उनको रजिस्ट्रेशन करने के लिए
अभिजीत जी, ये ऑनलाइन रजिस्ट्रेशन शुरू हो गई है, ये चालू है या कुछ दिन बाद चालू होगी? चालू कब हो रही है ऑनलाइन रजिस्ट्रेशन और कोविन ऐप गुजरात में?
नहीं, ऑनलाइन रजिस्ट्रेशन शुरू हो गई और यहाँ पर गवर्नमेंट ने भी एक सिस्टम बनाया था और गवर्नमेंट ने डोर टू डोर सर्वे भी करा था कि 50 से ज़्यादा एज वाले हैं, उनके नाम और फ़ोन नंबर वगैरह लिख के गवर्नमेंट में सबमिट कर दिया और गवर्नमेंट ने पूरी लिस्ट बना के तैयार रखी है कि डॉक्टर्स कितने हैं,
for the people watching the broadcast, Abhijit, just hold your thought.
शॉर्टलिस्ट हो रहा है.
Yeah, for the people watching the broadcast, depending on where you are, and depending on the approach that your government at the state and district level is applying, some states are choosing to do door-to-door surveys and actually make physical lists, like voter lists are made of who is above 50, and they will automatically then send you a date and time to receive the vaccine. Some states are relying simply on the Aadhaar information. Some states are leaving it voluntarily for you to register. So all of this clarity is going to come in the next 2 or 3 days in the press conferences. I am trying to gather together what information we already have, and more importantly the questions that you're raising, so that we can pose those questions in these press conferences, because those are practical questions. And what's the point of asking hawa mein things that don't really matter? We want to solve your problems, not what we think are your problems. Let me quickly take the opportunity. Dr. Nalini is joining us. She's a caller. She's joining us from Delhi, I'm told. Dr. Nalini, go ahead, ma'am.
Hello.
Yeah, Dr. Nalini, go ahead, ma'am.
Mr. Rishabh, I am Dr. Nalini Kapoor from Bhopal.
Ma'am,
I just wanted to inquire about my parents. Like, there are elderly people who are staying alone in Delhi, and due to some conditions, they are being looked after by, attendants and nurses and all. So, what about those people? Like my parents, my father is around 88. He is bedridden. Is there any provision for people who have to be taken by ambulance to these centers? How will they be vaccinated? My concern is that even my mother, who's 83+, with many comorbidities. So how do we go about that?
Okay, so people who can't travel to the vaccination centers. So now one obvious thing is, ma'am, that the vaccines will be provided to the hospitals in the very beginning to treat the healthcare workers. So your particular question is that what if you can't travel to the vaccination center, or if you have to travel to the vaccination center, it's going to require the bringing of an ambulance. Can that person receive the vaccine maybe in a hospital or at home? It's a very practical question, ma'am. And obviously, and how does a person of a certain age, can somebody register on their behalf? Will it be an automatic registration? I'm noting all of these things down, and we'll be taking them one by one as we go ahead. I can see Suresh Bhardwaj ji joining us on the broadcast. I'm just going to ask him to unmute himself, and he's of course joining us from Himachal. Suresh ji, if you can hear us, sir, could you just unmute your Zoom connection, sir, please? We'll just give that a second to play itself out. Suresh ji, just unmute your Zoom connection. Meanwhile, I just quickly take a last question with Abhijit. Yes, Suresh ji, we can hear you now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you joining us on the broadcast, let me take the opportunity of quickly introducing Suresh Bhardwaj. He's the Minister for Parliamentary Affairs and Town and Country Planning in Himachal's government. Suresh ji, thank you very much for taking out time. Obvious straight question, Suresh ji, how is the vaccination planning going, sir, in Himachal?
Yes. Yesterday in Himachal there was dry run. There were 3 centers in Shimla, Deen Dayal Upadhyay Hospital, one is Tenzin Hospital, and third was in one of the schools in Shimla. In the first phase of the vaccination program, 90,000 persons will be given this vaccination.
Okay.
They are frontline workers, in which the paramedical staff, medical officers, nursing staff, and police, fire brigade people, and Safai Karmcharis of the urban local bodies. 90,000 people will be given this vaccination.
Okay, is that 90? Is that
300 centers?
Okay, is that 19 or 90, sir? 90 90. Okay.
300 centers will be there in the state, and in one day, in one center, 100 persons will be given this vaccination in one day. Continuously, there will be.
Okay, so basically you are saying 300 into 100. So 300 centers into 100. So we are looking at up to 30,000 a day, sir. So maybe in 3 days or 4 days you can conduct the entire 90,000.
First phase will be 3 days program.
Okay, so I'm just going to ask my ticker to correct that. It is 90, 90,
yes,
90, not 19. Okay.
30,000 per day. 3 days, 90,000.
Okay, have the initial 90,000 already been identified, sir?
Yes. For the last 2 months, government is planning this vaccination program.
Okay.
And these persons have been identified. And that's why on 2nd January, yesterday, there was dry run. And second run will be on 11th of January.
Okay, so the next obvious practical question, sir, do you have any idea yet of when you are planning to open this up to people above 50?
The protocol has not been decided as yet.
Okay.
There is a cabinet meeting of the Himachal Pradesh Council of Ministers, sir, on 5th of this month.
Okay, that's day after.
That is
okay.
Day after tomorrow.
Yes.
Then this entire presentation will be given by the health department, and this protocol will be decided on 5th of the.
Okay, of when you will be doing it. But are you, because there's a little bit of confusion between people who've been reaching out to us, will you be following a database model in which you already identified through Aadhaar data or through a survey people above 50, or will people have to register themselves for a vaccine?
No, this is a database, the first phase.
Okay.
Because they are identified people.
Okay.
All are in medical staff, fire brigade staff, police staff, they are all identified people. After that, the SOP and this protocol will be decided on 5th, whether it will be Aadhaar based or
okay, so you're going to decide on the 5th. So maybe we should speak to you again on the 5th evening or on the 6th morning, sir, when we'll have greater clarity on that. I'll reach out to you once again. Quickly, sir, I know I have a few minutes with you and you have a busy schedule, obviously. But a practical question, sir, the next one is, have you started receiving the vaccine? Because I'm told it's arriving in Delhi in 3 days. Will it be distributed from Delhi? Will you be seeking it directly from the distributor? Have you figured out how many doses, etc., are coming initially?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay, so the vaccine not been received. So will you be stockpiling the vaccine, sir? Because 90,000 doses.
Yes. We have identified the storage centers. There will be a state level center at Shimla.
Right.
And there will be regional centers at Dharamshala and Mandi.
Right.
And in all the districts, we have 12 districts in Himachal Pradesh.
Sir.
In all the districts, there will be stocks of the vaccination, and we have identified and we have made preparations for the last 2 months.
Okay, so I'm assuming, sir, that for the frontline workers, the vaccines are going to be free of cost?
Yes. For frontline workers, it will be free of cost.
Okay, we've had a particular question from one of our viewers, sir, who's an ex-serviceman. Please, sir, when in a cabinet meeting, the query has been raised to us that whether ex-servicemen have to receive through base or military hospitals, or can they go to civil hospitals? So when you do have the meeting with your colleagues, sir, please discuss this as well.
Yes, on 5th of December, when there will be cabinet meeting, I will just inquire from the health officers, because protocol is generally decided by the government of India.
Yes.
And then state government will decide the next program for the state.
Okay.
In that, because ex-servicemen, we have not that.
Is not a frontline category right now, and of course,
who will decide?
Okay, and of course, I'm reaching out to MOD, sir, regarding, of course, people who are serving in border areas. That's a separate question, which I'll reach out to MOD. But another practical question, sir, is: are you guys setting yourself targets, or are you waiting for central guidelines of how many people need to be vaccinated? For example, is it 20% of the population, 30% of the population? Is it only urban populations? Have you guys sort of decided that yet?
No, we have decided for the last 2 months,
sir,
on the basis of the guidelines received from the government of India, we have decided first phase, second phase, but the protocol, who will be in the first phase, who will be second phase, it will be decided by the cabinet. For the first phase, we have already decided.
Okay, first phase is decided.
Guidelines.
Okay, for second phase, we're waiting for protocols and, of course, the cabinet meeting to decide.
Yes.
But what the working logic that we've been told, sir, is we're looking at least 30% of population. Is that a rough target that you guys are working with?
Yes, roughly we have decided that after first phase, second phase, all the persons above 50 years, that is 50 plus.
Okay, above 50 is going to be the second phase. That will include
phase, yes.
include Aam Janta. Okay,
above 50 phase, other persons who have the other health problems also. Roughly, it has been decided.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much, Mr. Bhardwaj, for taking out your time. This was very, very useful interaction with you. Please give my best regards to Chief Minister Jairam Thakur and to your cabinet colleagues and to all the people who will be part of this vaccination process. Thank you for the service that all of you guys are doing. It's much appreciated in an important time. Of course, sir, please keep yourself safe and your family safe, even though we are getting closer to the end of this. So thanks very much, Mr. Bhardwaj. Let me quickly take the opportunity now, before I open all the doctors who are joining us on the panel, to try to hop back across to our callers who are joining us on the broadcast. Our reporters, Ajay Jandial is going to be joining us just out of Jammu in just a second. The doctors, Dr. N.K. Ganguly is also joining us in just a minute. Now, from the information that Minister Bhardwaj has just given us coming out of Himachal is that in their state, the first phase is 90,000 people. This includes Safai Karamcharis, police, medical professionals, fire brigade officials, and they've already identified who these 90,000 people are. So as soon as they get the vaccine, they're going to be distributing them. A nodal center has been set up in Shimla. There are 3 others, one in Dharamsala, one in Mandi, and of course every district will have its own vaccine center. Let me now take the opportunity of hopping across to Mumbai if I can, where Urvashi Khona, my colleague, has just spoken with one of the state health officers out of Maharashtra. Let's listen in.
चीज़ें देख रहे हैं, ड्राई रन एक बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट पहल है ये देखने के लिए कि क्या कहीं पे कोई बाधा आ रही है, लूप होल्स है, किस तरह से चीज़ें हो रही हैं।
नहीं, अभी तो हमने पुणे का भी देखा है, वो तीनों जगह अच्छी तरह से उनका चल रहा है। उसकी जो ऑपरेशनल गाइडलाइंस है दे वर वेरी क्लियर एंड ऑल वेल ट्रेंड वेरी वेल, इसलिए वो जो उनसे ये करना था वो अच्छी तरह से उन्होंने कर दिया है। एक प्राइमरी हेल्थ सेंटर है, एक कॉरपोरेशन का एरिया है और एक ये अपना डिस्ट्रिक्ट हॉस्पिटल हमने ले लिया है। तो देयर वेर वेरियस कंपोनेंट्स, वी ट्राई टू स्टडी देम, कितना टाइम लगता है, उनका आईसी कैसे चल रहा है, सब कोविड रिलेटेड बिहेवियर अच्छी तरह से फॉलो कर रहे हैं कि नहीं करें, और हमारे लोगों का टेक्निकल नॉलेज। सो ये सब चीज़ें थी, और इसके साथ और एक एडिशनल कंपोनेंट था वो IT वाला, क्योंकि हमारे रूटीन इम्यूनाइजेशन में हम at the time of vaccination we don't have such type of entry, so for that we have to make some additional arrangement, but the people have done at present, and accordingly I think we can go ahead with training and retraining of our staff, and there will not be any problem.
सर आगे रोड मैप क्या प्लान की गई है स्टेट को लेकर, अगर वैक्सीनेशन की बात करें, क्योंकि
हाँ नहीं, अभी ये है, अभी हमारे 4 डिस्ट्रिक्ट का जो हमारा ये है, बाकी 3 डिस्ट्रिक्ट की से भी इंफॉर्मेशन मिल गई है, उनका भी बहुत अच्छी तरह से चल रहा है। 1 डिस्ट्रिक्ट और तीनों डिस्ट्रिक्ट उन्होंने बहुत अच्छी तरह से कर दिया है, तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि दिस हैज़ गिवन अस अ कॉन्फिडेंस दैट वी कैन गो अहेड एंड वी कैन डू आवर वैक्सीनेशन। द स्टेट हैज़ वेरी गुड एक्सपीरियंस, हमें हमारे रूटीन इम्यूनाइजेशन का बहुत अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस है, और एडिशनली हमने जो अभी मीजल्स रूबेला कैंपेन किया, तो ऑलमोस्ट अबाउट 3 crores ऑफ बेनिफिशियरीज वी हैव वैक्सीनेटेड, सो दैट इज़ द big strength of the public health department. When we will take the help of other department also, they are also helping us. So with these all the departments working together, we can go ahead. That will not be a problem. So that is the confidence we could get from this एक्सरसाइज।
क्या आपको लगता है और ड्राई रन्स होने चाहिए, मोर क्विक एंड फास्ट
लगा, तो हम ये एडिशनली और थोड़ा सा लेवल पे जाके, प्राइमरी हेल्थ सेंटर पे जाके, हम अभी हमारा स्टेट लेवल पे डिसीजन हो जाएगा। गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया भी इसके लिए क्या हमें गाइडलाइंस देती है वो भी देखेंगे, और अगर लगता है तो ज़रूर करेंगे, उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है।
बड़ी लास्ट सवाल मैम, हम जिस रीजन में खड़े हैं, कल ही वहाँ पे हमने देखा कि इमरजेंसी परमिशन मिली है कोविशील्ड वैक्सीन को सीरम इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंडिया को लेकर। किस तरह से आगे आप एक होपफुल हैं इस साल में वैक्सीनेशन को लेकर, जहाँ पे
तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया देगी, हमारा काम है हमें वैक्सीन मिलने के बाद वो अच्छी तरह से प्रोग्राम चलाना है, तो दैट वी कैन डू, दैट इज़ द ओनली थिंग। वो देखते हैं गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया से सप्लाई के बारे में, इसके बारे में क्या होता है वो देख के करेंगे।
थैंक यू सो मच हमसे बात करने के लिए।
Okay, so we are waiting for the final central guidelines. As you've just heard, that the most state governments have already decided the first phase of healthcare workers, and they've been identified. But beyond that, for Aam Janta, the guidelines are still awaited, and of course, then of course, how you register and how you get is important. We have Vaidya joining us from Bengaluru on the phone line. Vaidya ji, go ahead.
Yeah, my question to the panel is, since hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, since in the first phase, private participation is not there, it is very difficult for the vulnerable people and others to go to the center and get treated. It's better in the first phase itself, the private participation to be added.
Okay, so by private participation, you are suggesting is like you can get a test at home. You should be able to book a vaccine to be delivered to you at home. A lot of vaccines you can in fact buy purchase from chemists and get a nurse or a doctor to give it to you, or any local pediatrician or a doctor can give out vaccines. We are not at that stage yet because it's just a matter of demand and supply. But it's a point well noted. Another lady who called us, who has elderly parents living out of Delhi, has raised the same thing, that what if you're bedridden and you can't go to the center, or if you have to go to the center, it's going to require an ambulance to take you. There will have to be a provisioning for that. So it's something we need to keep in mind. Okay, JP, my colleague, is joining us out of Bengaluru. Jaiprakash, what is the information we are getting out of Bengaluru regarding have they figured out who the first phase people are going to be? Have the list been made? Do we know when it's starting in Bengaluru?
Well, Rishabh, CoWIN app is being pushed amongst the healthcare workers. In the first phase, all the healthcare workers will be covered, and they're working out all the logistics, and registration of all the healthcare workers is being done. Over 60 lakh is the first target group of healthcare workers, which covers doctors, nurses, paramedics, staff who are working in the hospitals and all the frontline healthcare workers. So, as you mentioned, it's all about demand and supply. Both these institutions should be able to manufacture those many vials so that healthcare workers are covered. 30% of the total population of Karnataka is what in the first phase that the Karnataka government is tackling. Of course, we spoke to Sudhakar, who's the health minister, as well as Monish Motkal, who is a senior bureaucrat who is overseeing all these vaccine logistics, distribution, and also immunization. So he says that the priority list is being prepared by the union government. Policy decision on how to go about it as far as the largest sections of society, except for the healthcare workers, who will be the next phase. Those guidelines are being prepared, but the government is now preparing grounds for meeting the targets as well as the healthcare workers are concerned. 7 to 8 days is what Manish Motkal says that the immunization will begin for all the healthcare workers. Dry run happened in Karnataka too.
Okay, so hang on, let me stop you there. You're saying 7 to 8 days or 17 to 18 days?
7 to 8 days is what.
Okay, so about a week or so. Okay, have you got a number out of Karnataka? Because the minister from Himachal Pradesh has given me a number of 90,000, 90 in the first phase. Do we have a number out of Karnataka? What's the first phase target?
1.65 lakh is the number what the health ministry is saying. This is the target group, 1.65 lakh.
Okay, 1.65 lakh. So currently the CoWIN app is not available for general public. But is a registration facility being provided to the people in the first phase, or their names have already been decided?
Well, these the 1.65 lakh which I mentioned, there is a database which has been created, and the government has reached out to these people to download the CoWIN app, which is available both on iOS as well as Android. And once they download and all the OTPs and verification is done, that is when a timetable will be rolled out for these many people with the name of the center. So once that is done, then they will go to these PHCs and other centers where the vaccine will be provided, and the verification happens there, and then the procedure of course, immunization takes place. 100 plus people per day per center is what the health department is planning as of now.
Okay, JP, just stay with me for a minute because we have another caller joining us from Bengaluru. Vishmay is joining us. Vishmay, if you can hear us, please go ahead. Vishmay, if you can hear us. Okay, I'm assuming not. Okay, so JP, before I take a break, if the target is 1.65 lakh and we are starting in 7 days or 8 days in Bengaluru and in Karnataka, do we know that they intend to complete the first phase? How long? A week?
A week or 15 days to complete the process, because these are going to be 2 doses. And we'll have to wait and see whether the second dose will happen after the gambit of vaccination to the other sector, which is the senior citizen. Will that be included, or will they go for second dose, and then by the time will the supply be enough to expand the vaccination? That remains to be seen. But as I mentioned earlier, all the logistics are being prepared. Hub and spoke is how this entire distribution will happen across Karnataka. Bangalore will be the center.
Okay. So So do we know when the vaccines are going to begin arriving? Because I'm told in Delhi they're going to be coming in about 3 days.
7 to 8 days is what my information is.
Okay, so a week. Okay, just stay with me again for a second, JP. We have Nalini Kapoor joining us on the phone line from Delhi. Miss Kapoor, go ahead, ma'am. Nalini ji, if you can hear me, ma'am, speak to me on the phone, ma'am. Nalini ji? Okay, I'm assuming we have a bad connection over there. Okay, JP, I'm going to thank you. Before I take a break, let me just quickly introduce into the telecast Dr. Ganguly joining us on the broadcast. He's former DG of ICMR. Dr. Ganguly, I'll be having a more detailed conversation with you at the top of the hour. But before I take a break, Dr. Ganguly, one of our callers is a cancer patient, and he wants to know, as a cancer patient, is it safe to get the vaccine? Will this information, do we have to wait for a guideline, or do we already know from data coming whether it's safe or unsafe, sir?
Actually, as far as the current approved vaccine is concerned, it can be given to cancer patients. So there is no problem in giving it to cancer patients.
So yes, so the answer is yes, you can. Okay, sir. I'm just going to ask you to stay on with me, Dr. Ganguly. I'm going to take a break for exactly a minute. We are back. We're keeping our lines open. Our reporters are still with us, and our guest joining us on the other side. I'm also expecting the Health Minister from the state of Chhattisgarh coming up in a couple of minutes. So see you in a minute.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.